You're back for more Avenue 5 here on BuzzChomp, and I'm reacting to Episode 8. I'm Dan Salem, and it finally happened! We had a mutiny!
I'm Mandi.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp!
Woo!
Woo! We're nearing the end of the first season of Avenue 5, and I was calling for it from the very beginning. We had a mutiny, and we got people going out the airlock. Much to my surprise, they willingly went out the airlock instead of being thrown out the airlock. They were convinced that they were on a reality TV show, that it wasn't real. And that's because they mutinied and discovered the captain's an actor, the entire crew of the bridge is an actor, the controls of the bridge are fake, the entire ship is cheap, and therefore they thought, if the captain and the crew aren't real, and the controls aren't real, then maybe the whole ship's not real, and maybe they're still on Earth, because they don't want to believe that they're stuck in space for 3 years. Well, they jumped into the airlock, and then they froze to death instantaneously. And then there's, of course, there's the VFX artist, who's the lead kingpin of the mutiny, saying, oh, no, that's just great special effects, which absolutely makes no sense at all. More people went out. Judd's nemesis went out, which kind of kills my conspiracy theory idea, because he willingly killed himself, thinking he was escaping. And so now we have multiple people that died going into the airlock, thinking they were escaping the fake ship, but it's a real ship and they're really in space. To add insult to injury, the rescue ship coming up, which is kind of resupplying, was going to take Judd back, and then not his mission control, because there's only one seat, got hit by the dead bodies as it's approaching the Avenue 5, which is just creepy and twisted. This is probably one of the funniest episodes of the season. My personal favorite, because it was just so absurd and hilarious. I loved when the captain ripped off his wig to show that he not only was an American, he was British. He not only was an actor, not a real captain, he didn't even have real hair. When he quits because him and Judd get into a spat, then the former astronaut gets given the gig of captain, which is really what causes the mutiny. They find their way into the basement, and they see the real engineers, who they think are fake, because, like I said last episode, they seem just as bad as the real engineers. Would be the fake engineers. They're all awful engineers. Matt, who is supposed to keep the peace and always makes things worse, is the one that convinced people to mutiny and go out the airlock. And he feels bad because he should, because they killed themselves. I have a feeling that this rescue ship that's supposed to take Judd back is not going to take anybody back, and that the captain of that ship is going to escape before he is also stranded. Or perhaps he too will be stranded, and that ship will get downed, if you will. There's no way Judd's getting off this ship. I thought maybe, but it's just too perfect with him there, because he's like the king idiot kingpin. We have one episode left in this season. They are not going to be able to successfully knock their 3-year journey down to 6 months. I mean, if you watch the preview of next episode, that's the goal, right? They have to jettison the amount of crap to lower the weight to a point in which they can cut their journey time down. Now, that's an oversimplification of how it would really work, but in principle, it's legitimate. Well, Matt, in his grief, changes the codes to the airlocks because he willingly gave it out, and that's how people were killing themselves. And so now he's hiding away because he's all sad, and so they can't open the airlock to get rid of the crap that lose the weight. I was very happy that our lead engineer, who's only half good at her job, said, let's take the statues and the crap that's adorning the ship and throw that out. You don't have to throw out your pants. Well, I'm not sure if they're actually going to do that, but at least somebody had some semblance of sanity in this mess of a show, which is so funny and I love it. Everything that goes wrong keeps going wrong, and this mutiny is truly led to a rudderless ship, if you will, because it's going to go forward. It's flying, right? The Avenue 5 is going to continue, but nobody's steering it. The captain has resigned, yet he couldn't really do it in the first place. But he's the only one that could dock this thing if they can get rid of the weight in time to lower their journey down. It's a compounding of errors, which is just wonderful because they're little errors. But little errors turn into big errors when you combine them together. I'm very happy with how this show has turned out because it took funny science topics and really blew it up in our faces. Like, I never expected to see a bunch of people instantly icicle in front of our faces and then, like, explode. I didn't expect orbiting dead bodies. I did expect a mutiny, and I did expect people to go out the airlock. But the manner in which they delivered was just wonderfully surprising. I'm prepared for a total cliffhanger in the season finale because we think that maybe they'll cut their journey down in half. But they're not going to obviously get home in the last episode. They probably will fail at cutting their journey time in half, but then have an inkling of hope heading into season 2. We are going to some point see either aliens or space pirates or somebody like stealing the Avenue 5 and holding the people ransom for Judd to pay them. We haven't had them really interact with anybody off the ship. Yes, they talk to the ground. Yes, they're flying up a rescue ship. But space is really big, right? So someone would have to know where the Avenue 5 is and then actively go after it without anyone realizing it and stopping them. That's why I'm like maybe a cloaked pirate ship or a cloaked alien vessel or someone that sees an opportunity here to blackmail Judd. This wild and zany show just keeps getting better and better. I can't wait to see how the finale concludes what was really a very, very happy and over-the-top season 1. Anybody that doesn't appreciate it just doesn't get how stupid humor can be so wonderfully done when it's done in contrast to something so smart. That's what makes this spot on. There's smart topics, and then there's really stupid play. And when they try to fit together, it's very funny. I'm Dan Salem. Subscribe to BuzzChomp as I finish out the Avenue 5 season, and we're going to jump right into Westworld here, dispatched from elsewhere. There's a ton of great sci-fi on TV, and we're following it all throughout their seasons. Subscribe and comment below what's your favorite, funniest moment of the season thus far. Predictions for the finale? Oh man, anything's possible. Anything is possible. Woo!
Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo!